What is going on, listeners? Hope y'all having a great day. This is John with my boy Lee, like it is every pod, and this is the We Would Have Talked About It Anyway podcast. Lee, my boy, how you doing, man?
I'm good, John. How you doing today, man? I heard
I'm chilling.
I heard you went fishing, man. I need to know about this.
Dude, I had the whitest day
You said,
ever.
tell me about the whitest day ever right now. Your whitest day ever.
Okay. So I got up like hella early and I went fishing. There's like a lake like 20 minutes away from where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Lake Washington for those
Nice.
who are inclined to wonder. So my roommate Christian and I, we went over. We over there went on the dock, kind of sat out there. There's like fortunately there's like benches, so like that we could
Nice.
sit down. We just sat down, relaxed, partook in some of the
You smoked some weed, man.
smoke some weed, man. I was trying to find an innuendo way to say it, but on the spot it's kind of tough.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, dude. Just at the end of the dock, just sitting there trying to catch some fish. Did not catch a single fish, man. Sad to report. Did not catch a single fish.
Did your homie catch a fish?
Nah, dude.
This is a rough day.
Neither of us, man.
Maybe is it because you're at like the dock and like there's not a lot of fish there, or is it just a rough day?
Honestly, it rained the night before,
Oh, okay.
and it rained this morning too. So I don't know if that was part. I don't know if that was part of it. I mean, we talked to some guy that was there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like 2 days ago, people caught we're catching fish left and right here, but today it's kind of dead." So like I think between the three of us, like one guy, like he caught like a 4-inch like perch,
Interesting.
which I mean you can't really do anything with it, so you just let it go,
Mm.
and that's it, man. That's the only thing that was caught between the three of us. But it was super chill to be kind of just be out there, kind of
Yeah.
relax, and that's kind of like the point of fishing, in my opinion. It's just like being able to like sit either in a boat or like on like a dock or a pier and just kind of relax.
Yeah, just being out in nature and just like chilling and being quiet. I feel the only time I went, I was little and I went with my friend and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And you preface this with saying the whitest thing ever.
Yeah.
They were Mexican, so
Oh,
fishing.
to be
fishing
fair,
is worldwide.
to be fair,
Fishing is,
dude,
is everyone.
to be fair, that is true. But I also then went to a bar, drank beer, and watched a football game.
Yeah, that's what makes it a hell of
Yeah.
a white day.
That's what I did right after that.
Is-
And then to top that off, we had white people tacos.
What are white people? Do you went to Taco Bell?
No.
You went to
No,
Chipotle
No, we cooked. We made the tacos.
and called it white people tacos.
Okay, so my roommate cooked, and he mixed like beans in with the meat to start off,
Okay.
and granted we used flour tortillas,
Okay.
so like that's usually number one. I feel like this might be a little bit of a hot take, but like tacos with corn tortillas are so much better than tacos with flour.
Yeah, corn tortillas.
Like it hits so different.
I don't. Yeah, like the Mission tortillas.
Yeah.
But like those aren't the move. Like you have to get like the corn ones, like
Yes.
the little thinner slice ones.
Yep.
I
Which
get
is,
you.
but we went with the like small,
The Mission.
soft taco Mission tortilla, and there was like no sour cream. We did a pico, but I mean,
Yeah, you made it work.
Yeah.
You made it work. At least you.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And then the whole time, I'm stuck listening to country music, man.
Oh, bro, that's a solid white day, man.
Dude,
I went to
Hella
the
white.
rib cook off here last week.
Yeah, dude. I remember you
And-
telling me that.
Yeah, and so that was very like I felt like I needed a cowboy hat. We talked about this, right? Yeah, we needed a
Yeah, we
cowboy
talked
hat.
about that.
There's country music and everything. Like it really helped with the ambiance.
And
Well, man, you had a very white morning, I guess.
yeah, dude. I know how. I know that rain makes corn and corn makes whiskey. So I mean, I've got that going for me.
Wait, say it again. Rain. What?
I now know that rain makes corn and corn makes whiskey.
Oh.
And whiskey
interesting.
apparently makes my baby feel a little frisky.
Oh, is this? Are you quoting a song?
I am quoting Luke Bryan. Rain is a good thing.
Oh.
And I'm not even huge. I'm not even a country fan. But like my buddy drove, and it was my buddy's like rod that I used.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I was like, yeah, cool. You can pick the music. So
Nice.
it was a decent comment. It was like Dolly Parton and like Willie Nelson at first, and then it got into like the more current country, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
My
I
favorite
like
country song. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I like randomly started saying y'all,
Like you just
and I reckon randomly became a part of my vocabulary while I was
reckon.
fishing. I was like, I reckon we're gonna have a good time, and then like didn't catch shit.
you slowly morphed into a redneck.
I slowly adopted the essence of like my sister's in-laws in Texas and became one of them, and just fully embraced it.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, your sister married someone from Texas?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So they met in Tennessee, got married, had a couple kids. Now they're living in Texas, living the domestic life.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. I didn't.
I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I think because you have a couple sisters, right?
Yeah, I've got 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know that about that one sister.
Yeah, man. That's my oldest.
All right, man. I know we talk about hip hop most of the time, and we're always going to talk about hip hop. But since you're talking about country,
Yeah.
what's your favorite country song, John?
That's a good question.
Okay, so mine is.
Yeah, you tell me yours first, and then
I don't know what it's called, but it goes like, "When I drink tequila, baby, I still see ya," something like that. That's how it goes. I'll try to clip in. I'll try to clip it in.
I think
when I edit the video.
I think that's Dan and Shay's Tequila.
Oh, boom! Yeah,
I got you. I think I got you.
I think that's what it is because I always every time it came in, I was like, "Who is this?" Then I always say that's my favorite, and I never remember. I never remember what it's like called, but they say Dan and Shay, and I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
I think.
That's my shit, bro.
Man, okay. If I had to pick a country song, I would like listen to no matter what. It's "What Was I Thinking" by Dierks Bentley.
It just sounds funny.
It's actually not a bad song. It's essentially about this guy who takes this girl out, and they're having a hella good time, doing things that they know they probably shouldn't be doing. Hence the "What Was I Thinking," and then like it's like going against her dad. So like at the beginning, they're leaving, even though the dad's like hella upset and doesn't want her to go, and then at the end, turns back around, picks her up again. Like they had just gone out and like had like a hella fun time, and then the dad got upset again, and then he turned around, picked her up again, and then they went out again. Like what the fuck? But it's a hella good song. Pretty decent tempo, which is with music, if the tempo kind of matches the lyrics,
Yeah.
But it's a good song. I recommend you listen to it. I'm not
Say it.
It's
what is it again?
It was "What Was I Thinking" by Dierks and Bentley.
I'm happy you knew my song.
I mean, my sister. Honestly, I grew up listening to country all the time because my sister listened to it all the time.
Your oldest one?
Yeah, my oldest
one. Tennessee.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
So
it wasn't the sister that gave you the most West Coast mixtape ever of the burnt CD?
Oh my god, no. It wasn't. It wasn't the same one. Dude, I still miss that mixtape, man.
Or that burnt CD. Dude, that was a good one.
Dude, it took me. Okay, I tried not to Google a song the other day, and it was so difficult for me to try to find the song.
For what song? For
"You Make My High Come Down," the one with Nate Dogg.
Oh, okay.
You know which one I'm talking about?
No, I feel like I actually have not listened to that Nate Dogg song. It's called "You Make My High Come Down."
Yeah. It's a West Coast, staple, man.
Damn.
I'm surprised you don't know it, man.
I need to listen to it.
I think you do know it. Like if I played it for you, you'd be able to get it.
Like I probably heard it before.
Yeah, it's like "You make my heart go all the way down. Ooh, you make my heart come down.
Probably want to hear the beat, like,
Dude.
I'd be like, okay,
Yeah. I think you know it.
damn.
But it's like at like everything, like, or at least growing up in Southern California, like everything that played hip hop music, like anything that played hip hop, like that song would come on.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Explosive would come on like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Explosive, like Next Episode, basically anything West Coast.
This Dr. J just ruled the airwaves.
I mean, pretty much. Like when you're at like events and you're like out, Dr. Dre, like owns it.
Yeah.
Or like Ice Cube. You like Today Was a Good Day. Usually it gets played at least once. You know, just all the staples, man. All the classics.
Man, that's crazy,
dude. But I remember I like spent like, I didn't think like the name of the chorus was the name of the song, so like I spent like a solid like 10 minutes trying to find the song because I went through Nate Dogg and like for some reason it didn't connect. And then I was like, you know what, I'll legit try to look for it just by the words that I know. Legit, just the first search on Spotify, and I was like, you son of a bitch.
It's like, so that's what it was.
Yeah, and it's only because I was stubborn and didn't want to Google it.
Yeah, man, it's hard to. It's crazy how like we're low key like dependent on Google.
Dude, we've gotten super dependent, man.
Like really, yeah. I Google a lot of things, dude. I Googled my way to a bachelor's degree. Like I Googled all of it.
honestly, same. Honestly, same.
Like how did I remember like I forgot what it was, but like people were like, how are you supposed to figure this out? And
Google.
then after that one teacher's like, go to the library. It was like, what?
No, I had it depends on the class. I had a not capstone, but the other one that's like that. You know what I'm talking?
It was like where you had to, like everyone had to take it. Oh, Gateway?
The Gateway, yeah. My professor like refused to let us, like, we had to have 2 physical books in like our in like a couple of the projects that he did, because he'd give you all the information, but like in order to like get like a like really good score, you need to add like outside sources, and 2 of them had to be physical like sources.
Oh damn! For like because like for our Gateway, it was like you had to. It was all like case studies type shit.
Yeah, ours was all case studies, right? And it was like trying to.
But you needed 2 books every time.
Yeah, because like he'd want you to, because like our professor wanted us to like relate it to something that happened in the real world.
Oh, so like get a book to make it in real world?
Like a newspaper clipping would have worked.
Oh.
But I had to get the physical newspaper clipping. It was annoying.
Damn. Honestly, like it's really it's outdated, man.
It's an outdated process, man.
No one does it anymore. Like I'm not against going to the library and like finding, like I love reading. Like I specifically would rather read an actual book than like have like a Kindle. Or like read a PDF. Like I much rather have a book. Yeah. But in terms of research, man, like it's just all a lot of it's on the internet.
It's just right there. It's just so easy, man.
Unless it's not, like unless like this specific information is only in a book and has never been transitioned to the internet, then sure. But even I'm not mad at you.
But even then, you'd be able to find like snippets of it.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one thing I will say. I'm still glad I have like access to like the school's like services. Is like I still sometimes use their like search databases that I would never pay for, and then use that, and I still kind of use that every so often. Like when I was working in finance, I used it to like look up like how things were done like 10 years prior, because one of our financial advisors clients like was like, oh, can you do a comparison from 10 years ago and like process for me, which is a really weird request, but I use the database to like look up like older like books that like I could actually sift through instead of like trying to like have to download like the torrent for a book and hope that it has the right information that I'm looking for.
Interesting. What kind of information are you looking for? Like financial processes?
So like financial processes, like kind of how the tax rate would worked in 2011. Like,
oh, that's so random.
No, it was like 2000. It was so essentially what it was is this guy like when all the financial crisis happened in 2008, like took all of his money out of the market
and put it into Bitcoin.
And no, he wishes he'd be set. He would be set.
He would. Go ahead.
No, just put it in a savings account. Didn't do anything with it, and just kind of just let it sit there. And then when he like, I think this was like 2018 because it was like a year almost. It was like it had to have been like holiday time 2018 because like 29 because I was like just before I moved.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I haven't done anything good investments since 2008. Like, I want to see like how much has changed. And it was a really weird request to get, but I was like, fine. Okay. Like, it shouldn't take me too long.
Like, he just wanted to know all like the tax codes and stuff.
Like, he wanted to know how much the tax rate has changed. Like what the level, what the income tax level was at a certain rate at the federal level versus. Versus what it was in 2018. Because our tax system is set up in such a way that like different. You have like brackets instead of like each $1,000 is an extra 0.1% or something like that.
True, right? Like how like your total like salary income depends like what like tier that you're in.
Exactly. So he was just he just wanted to get an idea of like what that breakdown was like back then. But it's like,
I get you.
But it's like even with inflation, like there's just so much that there's other things that he asked for, but I can't really go into too much detail on that.
I feel you. What's the so like let's say you're investing in stocks, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, let's say like you take it out within a year.
Are you talking about your capital gains? Capital gains.
There you go. Capital gains tax. That's literally what I was thinking. Yeah. There you go. So capital gains tax, do you get that if it's capital gains tax? Do you get that if it's explain capital gains tax to the people, John?
Oh my God. I'm going to do a really bad version.
Just very brief, Spark brief. Notes ass.
So capital gains is the money that you get. That's the difference between it's essentially your profit. And the capital gains tax is so essentially capital gains happens when you make anything above your initial capital. So like say for example, I invested $1,000 into Apple.
Okay.
And I sell it and I bring back $1,500. That $500 is considered capital gains because you're gaining money off of that capital, and then you get taxed on that once you take it out. And it depends. If you take it out within a year, you're taxed double.
And that's short-term capital gains?
Yeah, so you have your short-term short-term capital gains and your long-term cap gains. Long-term, it's taxed lower because you've sat on that investment.
Yeah.
And it's like the difference between like it's almost like your taxes almost get doubled. So like if for $500 you'd get taxed like 10%. So it's like $50. Long term you'd get taxed like 5%. So it just depends. So
there you go. Yeah, boom. Capital gains for the people.
Capital gains for the people. Know. Yeah, man, but that's cap gains. Like you said, man, that's capital gains.
True. So freaking okay. So it's better to like wait. Like so, if I invested in something,
if you can wait a year before selling it again, it'll be better for you when it comes to like taxes than you would to buy it and sell it within a year, within that 1 year.
Do you think overall it's better to just have long term, just buy and hold? I think that's my strategy when I started investing is just buy and hold.
Honestly, there's a lot of things that it depends on. Like, I don't think it's smart to say for sure that it's better to do nothing but long term, better to do nothing but short term. Like, each person's different, and really what it is you really need to figure out like what you're comfortable with. Like if you're okay with paying a little bit more on taxes, but you get more money, then then selling it within a year isn't the worst thing in the world, because you can always just you can always just kind of pass that along.
Yeah.
And then in some cases, if you have the right people that help you out, they can like invest the money super quick, and then you end up paying nothing on those taxes. You end up paying nothing on taxes because you're not really gaining anything. It's more of it becomes more of a transfer than an actual like sell.
Man, these are things I wish they actually taught us in school.
Well, I mean, if you would have gotten a degree in finance like I did, you would have.
But so for finance, did they actually like, this is how you open a brokerage, this is how you invest in a stock, and these are how did you have classes like that? No. See, that's the shit like we actually need to know.
But it depends on the institution you're with. It depends on like there's a lot of things there's so many different things that take into consideration. It working with Robinhood's different than working with Fidelity, which is different than working with a company that doesn't work in stocks, like a Northwestern Mutual, for example, or like a New York Life, companies that the main vessel is insurance, and so and then just kind of has an investment tool attached to it, at like an investment company like with it, so that way they can keep clients in house. A lot of those will have solely mutual funds or mutual funds, or in some cases they'll let you buy ETFs. But
mostly it's like a money manager.
It's essentially a money manager. Like, you don't have true autonomy to make the decisions like that very second. You'd have to get so you have brokerage and advisory accounts. In that space, you have brokerage and advisory accounts, and if you honestly, it doesn't necessarily matter, because mutual funds, there's normally, unless it's like a depression level drop in the economy, they don't really drop a whole lot right away. So like you can always do that, and then with those companies, you can also do this thing where if I have an account with them and I want to sell, say I invested in American Funds 2050 mutual fund, and I email my advisor, I'm like, hey, can we sell this today? Like, I want to sell this today. Like, this is my action. Like, if it's an advisory account, the advisor will handle that, usually. But there are a lot of cases where if a sell doesn't get put in on time, like within like a certain amount of time, like if I email them in the morning, like say if I email them at like 9 a.m., but it doesn't happen until 10 a.m. the next day, the advisor can actually submit a form to their like home office saying that the advisor will eat the difference, so that way the customer can get that way the client can get the money that they need. So technically it still sells at the 10 a.m. next day rate.
Yeah.
But if there's any losses that incur because of that, they can eat that difference. But going back to what we were talking about, it really depends on the individual. Like for me, for example, I have I have a couple different accounts. So I have one that's more long term, and then I have one that I just mess around with and do short term stuff. Yeah. Not day trading, because I do not have the time in the day to genuinely
day trade. It's really
day trade. It's really
you really need to be on it and like really monitor the stock and like pick your numbers.
You need to be on it. You want
to get in and out.
Yeah, you need to be able to know like what the realistic floor and what the realistic ceiling are for each. Like, what amount do you want to hit versus what amount you absolutely cannot afford to hit. So like there's a lot that goes into day trading, and anyone that can do it and like is successful at it, I'm like,
More power to you.
more power to you. That's
Yeah.
way too much stress that I do not want to, that I don't want to put on myself. There's a reason why I got out of the financial industry to begin with. But no, it's like everyone's different, you know. If you want,
I feel you.
if you're looking solely at like retirement, and that's the mindset you have, then it makes sense for you to stick to long term, you know. And sometimes it might even make sense just to find the mutual fund that mirrors the accounts that you are interested in, because there's so many mutual funds out there that are year specific, but then you have ETFs that like have like certain things in it. You have mutual funds that you'll have mutual funds that like invest in other funds that have the stocks that you're looking for, or have the market, or attack the markets that you're looking for. You know, some people, it's better for them to not have any investment tool, and their investment tool is like real estate.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, there's that group of people, and they do very well for themselves. So like everyone should have do some form of saving, and have some form of like plan.
Something in the stock market.
Yeah.
Or just you're saying like in general, like some kind of.
I'm saying just
having an appreciating asset, whether it's stocks or real estate, something like that.
Or I'm going even more basic than that. Like everybody should at least have a savings account that they contribute.
I feel you. So like just basic, like have some money saved.
Like just like have something. And I know like circumstances are circumstances. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that everyone can. Like I understand circumstances are circumstances. Like I know, like, you know, growing up, I grew up in a single parent household, being the youngest of 4 at the time, and you know, having my mom working 2 jobs to make ends meet. So I know it can be. I know it's not always feasible for someone to save up money.
Yeah. It's easier said than done when you tell people, "Hey, save money."
Exactly.
Like,
it's exactly.
People's situations are hard.
Yeah, people's situations are tough. Everyone's situation is different. Yep. Like you can't. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, you're
just save money."
Like just save money, and then take that money and start investing. Like no, like that's not feasible for everyone. But it's like, if possible, you want to save as much as you can. You want to save as much as you can. You know, when I was working in finance, the basic rule of thumb was, you know, you want to pay yourself anywhere from 15 to 25% before. So you take your net, which is after taxes. Yep. Divide that by 4, and just put it away, and then live off of 75%.
That's good. I like the thought of the whole paying yourself first.
Exactly, and, so that's the idea, is that you'd be paying and that's the idea. You'd be paying yourself first. Yeah, you know, and that's not paying yourself in goods, or that's not paying yourself in like, I'm gonna go out to a fancy ass dinner. Yeah,
like just treat it like a bill as terms of saving. Like, exactly. You know, this money is for my saving.
Exactly. And like honestly for me, for example, like I just have that money taken out of my check and redirect it to a different account that I don't touch.
Oh, word! You have that? How'd you do that? How did you just set up your check to automatically go to your savings account? How'd you allocate like that certain percentage to go to the savings account?
So I basically, fortunately, the software that my company uses lets me use percentages. So I have 75 go into a checking and then 25% go into a savings.
Oh damn! So like you're
so I have 2 accounts on my direct deposit at work.
What? Yeah. And then they let you. So like for your check, they actually let you break down where your checks go percentage wise. They give you that option. Yep. That's interesting. Everywhere I've worked, there's like, here's your check, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
They didn't give me options of how much would you like to put here? How much would you? Or is that like some secret menu shit? Can everyone do that? And we just have to ask HR?
Honestly, most people can do that.
Oh my god.
Most people can do that.
No, 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 no. We are not financial advisors.
No, we are not
Please,
financial advisors.
please. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Please regard yourself to a financial advisor.
Yes.
We are not fiduciaries. This is
We're not
just for
fiduciaries.
fun. But yo, for real. So like, do you think if I went to HR and I was all like,
glad
"Hey,
you before we continue, I'm glad you know the terminology.
yo, fiduciary is like one of my favorite words."
It's such a nice word to use too.
Fiduciary.
Like fiduciary. It just has like a certain gravitas that you're just like, whoa.
It sounds like such a fancy guy.
So, yeah. But yeah, you should be able to go to your HR and be like, hey, is it possible to add a second account for a direct deposit? And just see what they say.
I mean, because like they break your shit up for like, all right, this is Social Security, this is for your 401k,
You have your phone call, this is your medical. Like they have the breakdown for everything. So you should be able to.
It makes sense. You're like, hey, after this, could you allocate 25% to this account and 75% to this account?
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. I mean, that's like, because like I kind of do it like by myself anyway. Like once I get my check, then I always try to pay myself first. So like, let's say I get paid like a rack, right?
Okay.
Just like 1,000.
Okay.
Then after that, I'll be like, okay, fucking like 20% of this goes
Like
to my
$200.
Yeah, like automatic. Like once I do it, because like on the app you could just change it. So like I do it myself, but like that's cool if you could just. That's kind of like set it and forget it, because like I'm manually doing it every check.
Yeah,
but setting and forgetting is kind of cool.
And I will tell you from experience, the people who are able to not see it in their account are more likely to save it.
True, because you just like you don't have to think about it. It's just like that's some money you don't see, and like you don't have to put it in, and like it's just kind of like it's already automatic. Is like it's out of mind, out of sight type shit.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. If you don't see it, you don't know it's left.
Damn, John, I feel like you helped out a lot of people right now.
Hey, I am not a licensed professional.
Yeah, go do your own research.
Do your own research. There are a lot of financial advisors out there that will sit down and actually go over all this information with you. Do not just be like, "Oh yeah, I followed your advice and I'm screwed." Yeah, we are not professionals. We do not have that fiduciary capabilities to help you with that. We are just,
dudes on the internet talking about stuff we're doing.
Exactly. Stuff we would have talked about anyway.
Okay, that's stocks and like saving. Those are things that they should have taught us in school. You know what else pissed me off about school?
You know what? I got hella lucky. I took this consumer math course in high school, and they talked about savings.
Oh damn!
They gave us like a fake tax return to file taxes on.
Yo, they gave you a tax return in high school, John?
Dude, they gave me a fake.
What kind of school did you go to where they fucking helped you with tax returns as like a 14-year-old?
Bruh, I went to a Catholic school.
Oh, is it private?
Yeah, it was a private school.
That makes
sense. I was like just smart enough to like get the classes I need done, but I was too dumb, or I did not apply myself nearly enough to take like trig senior year. So my senior year class was and you needed to take 4 years of math.
Oh, so you finished all your math, but you weren't trying to do science.
So after my junior year and having taken algebra 2, which is like the minimum you need to graduate in the state of California.
It took me like 2 years to do algebra 2.
Dude.
Okay, keep going.
So
this is not about my fuck ups.
They were like, okay, we need to put you. You need a math course. We need this math course. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't necessarily have to apply to like college. But like, if you like, and the teacher is like, yeah, this is gonna be a math course, and you're gonna learn like math, but I'm also gonna teach you other stuff that you're gonna need to like be ready for the real world. And that's like, there's like so many random things. Like I learned how to sew a button.
Oh, I had one class like that where I had to sew a button, but I wish they fucking told me how tax returns work.
So like there's a lot of random things that's one of the few classes I remember.
They
so
showed you
much.
how to sew a button in math class?
Yeah, dude. They showed me how to sew a button in math class. They told you how you should calculate how much like wood you need to build a fence around an area of your backyard or your front yard.
Did they explain?
They explained car insurance. They explained insurance.
That's good
in this class.
Damn, that's a good ass math class,
dude.
Everyone should have this,
dude.
Like basic. Fuck the Pythagorean theorem.
Hey! I used the Pythagorean theorem in this class. So,
did you really?
I did.
Was it like day one and they were like, okay, now you'll never use that again. Here's a tax return where you do this every year of the rest of your life.
Dude, no. So, no, we were trying to calculate we were trying to calculate volume of a container, and it was in a triangular shape, and it's like, for volume, you need it's base times height times width. Yeah,
man, look, we're not engineers, dog.
No, we're not engineers. Oh man,
but that's
not
what kind of insurance shit did they teach you?
So it's like. So essentially it was like three classes worth of information. It was like how they calculate the your policy, all the factors that kind of go into that, and like to like the varying degree that they affect it, and the same with home insurance. So they did auto and home insurances together. They talked about like the discounts that you can get, and like something like simple as like being able to pay like in 2 installments versus paying in monthly installments could save you like hundreds of dollars, and then you save even more money if you're able to pay it all in one lump sum.
Well, for like year. Insurance?
Yeah, for insurance.
Like either one of those, like car,
like car and
house.
Car and home. Yeah. And then, we talked about umbrella policies. So, like, if you have a home, auto, and other, like a boat, for example.
Oh, like a bundle?
Like a bundle. Yeah, a bundle. Those are called, like, an umbrella policy. Because umbrellas cover everything. And, like, usually, like, how much you need to have in order to qualify for an umbrella policy, which, for most, it's like a minimum. I think it's like a minimum of $500K. Or at least that's what it was when I took this class.
Damn.
Or at least that's what it was when I took this class. It could be very different now.
Like, you need to pay $500K or like $500K?
No, your assets combined need to be $500K
in order to qualify for the bundle.
Yeah,
or the umbrella.
For the umbrella.
Okay, that's interesting. Like, did they teach you how to like if you put 20% down on a house, or if you have?
Yeah, we have to calculate. We have to use like interest rates to calculate like mortgage, like what the overall mortgage you'd be paying would be.
Oh,
and
see,
like,
dude,
like
that's
how much would your monthly payment be? We did that for cars too.
I think that's good as a senior.
Similar. As a senior, it was very helpful.
Yeah,
very helpful.
Those are life stuff.
If I would have learned that if I would have had that class freshman year, I would have not retained any of that.
Yeah.
But like as a senior, when I as I was graduating high school, like being set out for like the real world, like learning a lot of that was like super helpful. Like, bro, I cannot stress how important that class in particular has been since I graduated high school. It's one of the few classes that I still use to this day. And like everyone should have that class.
Damn! Shout out to your high school right now for helping you.
Dude, I'm not gonna mention what high school I went to. But shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Yeah, no, that's a really good class, man. Those are things that are, because like not everyone, but like if you ever think about buying a house, you need to calculate how much your mortgage payment's going to be every month.
Yeah.
And like you don't know that. You have to figure that out while you're like going into it. Those are things you don't really ever know.
It was the first class I learned how to budget.
Yeah, I think that's the most. That's like life skill.
It was a very basic budget.
Okay, give me the lowdown. Give me your basic budget.
Okay, so essentially, all they did was you bring home $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Here's like how much say your rent's like, and say your rent's $650.
Ooh, I wish.
Make a budget, like allocate money around that realistically would make sense to cover the rest of that 350 that you have left over. And that's like, you know, cell phone bill, car payment, insurance, like all of that. And like at the time, like we were kids, like we're in high school, like we have some idea how much cars cost, but it's like to make it work for the assignment, like you're putting in lower payments than you probably are paying. And then it's just like, and then she like our teacher went into detail and she was like, okay, so here's like, we'll take the average median. I think at the time was like 45,000, like the average salary in the U.S. or something like that.
Okay.
Which I think is not what it is now. I don't actually think that was the real number, but that's the number she gave. And she was like, okay, if you make 45,000 a month or a year, sorry, a year, not a month. Dude,
balling out of control.
Fuck
a budget.
Fuck a budget, dude.
Okay, so 45,000 a year.
So if you make 45,000 a year, you know, you divide that by 12, and you're dealing with like, you know, a gross of, I think that comes out to like 3,300, something like that. It comes out.
Okay.
It comes out to like I think it comes out to like $3,000.
Okay.
No, because that's 36.
3750.
3750. I knew it was under 4, and I know
you said 3,000. You're in ballpark.
Ballpark. I don't do a lot of math. I don't do a lot of math anymore. So
see, these are one things that that fucking piss me off in school, where you do like like a math test and you're like, no calculators. In the real world, you have a calculator all the time.
Dude, I've never had a class that was like no calculators.
Really? I think that was maybe like when we were like in like elementary school.
Yeah. Once I hit high school, I always had a class that I always had a math
like
class.
in the 90s or
calculator. Although like that class we were talking about was not able to use a calculator. But does that really count as a math class? Like, let's be real.
No. Damn, I'm surprised they were so revolutionary in the things they taught you of like real world stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't let you use a calculator?
No.
Okay, so back to your budget thing.
So it's essentially what, you know, at the end of that, like at the end of it, you know, we took a $45,000, like we took $3,750 a month. Took out like 30% for taxes, and then with the remaining money, we had to come up with a realistic budget and like do the research to figure out how much you would pay in insurance, how much you would pay for your car. You know, you can take rent. You can like, you had to like allocate for rent. You had to do all of that, and then you had to like tell the class, like you had to like give a presentation on your budget and be like, oh, this is why this budget makes sense, and like this is why I have this much allocated for this compared to that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it was.
How did yours end up? Do you remember?
I went super conservative with it. So like,
you're like 50% of my budget goes to hot Cheetos because I really like hot Cheetos. I would have fucked around like that if I had that class. And then
dude.
You gotta take this seriously.
Nah, dude. I was like, I allocated like $500 for food, but it's all Taco Bell.
Yeah. Taco Bell has a really good chalupa, and dude, I really enjoy it.
They have a Power Bowl, so I get some veggies.
And okay, look, get this. I take handfuls of the hot sauce, so I don't have to pay for hot sauce when I go to the grocery store.
When I go inside, I take a handfuls of napkins, so I don't have to pay for tissue when I'm home. Yeah.
You're like, John, you failed. You failed this class, and I don't know what your life is gonna be like.
You are gonna, if that's your real method, you're failing at life. Although to be fair, I still walk into Chipotle and I'll take a handful of napkins, just on the off chance you need one.
Yeah, you need that. I do that shit too.
Dude. It got to in college. It got to a point where like I even took like the plastic forks, so that way I had silverware in my dorm.
Oh, yo, same.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so how'd you really budget your stuff instead of chalupas?
Okay, so I followed the general rule. So what I did was I followed the general rule of thumb is that rent normally should be a week's worth of work.
Okay.
So you figure, okay, so you take 3750, cut 750 out for taxes. So if you're looking at $3,000, that's like $750 a month for rent. So I left $750 for rent. Before I did that, I actually took 20%.
And paid yourself.
And to pay yourself, because that was because we had to for the budget. We had to allocate for that.
That's important.
Yeah. So we took 20% for that, which is 600. So that dropped me down to 24, and then $750 went to rent. So after $750, that took me down to what does that come out to? I think that's
wait. Hold up. All right.
That comes down to 1650.
Okay.
That comes down to 1650. And then after 1650, I allocated 350 for card payment, and then another 100 for insurance. So that's 450. So that brought me down to 900. And then with that 900, I allocated like 400 for food, and that included food. That included going out food.
What's the chalupa hot Cheetos?
Dude, it's
is that a thing? Chalupa hot Cheetos?
Dude.
Like hot Cheeto chalupas?
Nah, dude. But they got the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Oh, they need to look into that.
Dude.
So $400 for chalupas.
$400 for chalupas and the Crunchwrap and Crunchwrap Supremes because it has tomato and it's got lettuce.
Yeah. Dude, for another tangent, I had one homie that every time he ate Crunchwraps, he had hella hot sauce packets.
Dude, every bite,
every bite, just like hot sauce bite, and he eats like 3 chalupas.
Dude, bro,
or freaking Crunchwraps.
Dude, I'm not a fan of sour cream. Like I don't like the taste of it. Like it makes me sick.
Interesting.
So I will go and sub sour cream for their Chipotle. The creamy Chipotle sauce. That combination with the nacho cheese, fire.
Damn, I kind of want Taco Bell now. Okay. $400 for chalupas.
So $400 for chalupas. So that puts
$500 left.
Yeah. So that. So
or no, a little something. Like that.
We'll call it 500.
Yeah. Okay.
Call it 500. I think that's roughly where I was at, but I feel like my math prior could be off, which is totally fair. 500. So then I left 200 for entertainment. Because I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I need to allocate some money for dates, otherwise I'm a fuck up on this budget. And then I broke down and then the 300 was like 50 for a cell phone bill. Allocated another like $100 for gas. And then like the other 150 went for like I threw it in like a miscellaneous, and then talked about how ultimately the goal would be to have that 150 just kind of cycle into my savings again, and then just reset that at the end of the month. But I also am cognizant of the fact that $150 is not a lot to have for leftover. And in case something were to happen, it's nice to at least have something available. So I left miscellaneous as kind of like an umbrella kind of thing that like for everything that I hadn't allocated for, I had something there.
That's good.
Yeah.
And like that's good to at least like start thinking like that, especially like senior year when most people are like then they start going out on their own and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, at least it's in your head of like how to allocate a budget.
Yeah, I think it's the one thing I wish, I hope kids are educated on is budgeting. Because trying to do that as an adult fucking sucks.
I think it's doable. I mean, it's kind of like trial by fire. Like eventually you're like, I need to figure out how to like save my money and shit.
Or figure out a way how to make so much money you don't need a budget.
Yeah, even still though, you need a budget. That's how people go broke, bro. That's how millionaires like.
All right,
like whatever. I don't know what the status of like NBA players that go bankrupt. They're like
so many,
or just like professional athletes that go bankrupt just because like they didn't manage their money.
So many. I mean, look, I think it's like what Antoine Walker went broke.
I think he's the most famous one.
Yeah.
He was like gambling hella.
Like he made like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's broke.
Damn. So key takeaways is what are your key takeaways of your budget is? Pay yourself.
Key takeaways, and again, we are not professionals, so
We are not fiduciaries.
So take this with a grain of salt. But easiest way to start would be to pay yourself first, and then rent.
Then work your way around that.
And then work your way around. Like once
car payment, freaking chalupa bills,
hot
Cheetos.
If you gotta pay for that, if you gotta get the new PS5, you know.
Yeah, if you got kids, child support, figure that shit out.
Honestly, yeah. honestly, childcare and stuff for the kids should be 3.
Yeah, no, that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole other thing.
But yeah, as long as you pay yourself and you cover and you pay for the roof on top over your head, everything else can be hopefully everything else can be worked out. I mean, again, circumstances are circumstances, and I am not a professional.
He is just some guy with the Packers hat. So speaking of sports, John. Speaking of sports, I wanted to we're gonna switch gears a little bit.
Oh man.
I wanted to ask you, what is your saddest sports moment? Like from your whole life up to this moment, what is your number one saddest sports moment?
Like professionally?
Just any, like, across the board, all sports in the history of sports.
Oh.
What is your saddest sports moment for you personally? I have mine. I want to hear yours first.
Okay. Oh man.
Or here, I'll go first, so then I could give you some time to like.
Yeah, let me think about this one.
So my saddest moment is Pacquiao Marquez 4. Pacquiao Marquez 4 when Pacquiao got knocked the fuck out. So I'm gonna set the scene. We were at the homie's house.
Okay.
I was the only Filipino in there. Everybody else was Mexican. We weren't watching the fight. We were just there like chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We were there chilling, and then after that, like when the night started, and we all were like talking about the Pacquiao fight. All my friends were like, "Yo, yeah, Pacquiao got this. He's gonna beat his ass." Like we didn't even like watch the fight. Like we were just chilling, right? And then after that, the night goes, and then the fight's over. Then everyone's phone just like everyone's looking shit up, and it's like Pacquiao got knocked out. Pacquiao got knocked out. And then after that, freaking, it started with them like all like, yeah, man, just like, yo, Pacquiao's gonna fucking beat him, bro. Like he's gonna fucking beat him. And then when everyone saw the pictures of him got knocked out, they were just saying hella shit in Spanish. I didn't know what they were saying. Then they were like, he got knocked the fuck out, fucking pinche Pacquiao, fucking bitch ass motherfucker. They were just talking hella shit. I was like, no, I was so sad. I couldn't go on the next day. I couldn't even like go on the internet. Cause like it hurt me so. Like I don't care if like he got like if Pacquiao lost, like he's lost before, so it's like, you know, whatever. But he got knocked out. They put memes of him in like a freaking like a toy car or like the toy bed of him like sleeping. Like he went to sleep, you know, in like the little toy bed.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The thing is, I remember those memes. I remember those.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't go on the internet to like I didn't want to hear like
so you avoided the internet for like a week because it was talked about for like a week.
Bro, I'm telling you, if anyone was in the Philippines that day and they wanted something, fucking the Philippines was closed.
Oh shit.
It probably wasn't closed, but like every fucking Filipino was probably sad.
Damn, dude.
I was so sad. I couldn't go on the internet. It still breaks my heart to see him get knocked out like that too sometimes. But it took some time. But yeah, that was my saddest sports moment, man. I remember everyone just like pre that fight was like, yeah, Pacquiao's gonna win. And then when their phones started blowing up,
and then he lost, you're just like, oh,
you're like, he fucking got knocked out, and I was like, no.
You're like, bro,
what? And
then I'm sure they brought it up the rest of the night, like nonstop.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it was a mixture of that and like just seeing all the memes of just because they're funny, but like it hurts.
They're funny,
I don't want to see that. Like him in a toy car bed is hilarious, but Yeah. Shouts out Pacquiao.
Shout out to Pacquiao, man. One of the best.
Legend. All right, go ahead, John. What was your saddest?
Is he
What
top
was
10?
your
Hold on. Before we go.
Oh, okay.
Before
He's
we
number
do-
one, bro. Number one.
No. Realistically.
You're asking.
Real-
Realistically, he's number one, bro.
So,
There's no.
so he beat Muhammad Ali,
Yep.
Holyfield,
Yes.
Tyson.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, he didn't beat Floyd Mayweather.
Doesn't matter, bro. Number one.
Did he beat Canelo Alvarez?
He never fought Canelo.
Dude, wouldn't beat.
Yeah.
I don't think he beat Canelo.
Well, like he would have beat because
I think if you put them both in their prime, I think Pacquiao would win. Hopefully.
Yeah, it depends what weight because Canelo's fucking huge.
Oh, dude.
Like he's going up there.
Yeah.
Because Mayweather beat young Canelo, so I'm pretty sure Pacquiao could beat young Canelo too. I think it depends what weight. But I'm pretty sure Pacquiao could have beat young Canelo. But whatever you say to me, bro, is Pacquiao, man. You have to understand he's like our Muhammad Ali, man.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. You put me on the spot, man. I hope I'm not put on the spot again at any point throughout the rest of the pod. But if I had to pick like the saddest moment, oh my god, I don't even know. Like no, I don't think I can think of a moment that like compares to Pacquiao losing. And
You're getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
But like just for you, I mean
okay.
Is it just being a Clipper fan maybe?
I mean
is that just that?
being a Clipper fan in general, I mean even because Lob City was a huge disappointment, like that could be it. Like I was trying to think of like a time where like the Clippers did something in the playoffs and like sucked. But like that's like all
what
the
about
playoffs.
when
That's like all the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think a really tragic one was when they lost 3-1 to Houston.
Oh, dude, tragic.
Or they lost 3-1 to Houston. They were up 3-1 and blew that lead to Houston.
Dude, I knew what you meant. But thank you for clarifying that for the listeners. So I had to be the one. So I have to relive this. No, I mean honestly though, with like, I think being a Clipper fan, you're kind of like, you're exposed to that level of disappointment already. Mm-hmm. So like when it happens on a bigger scale, your hopes aren't necessarily totally up in the first place. So you're kind of just chilling. I would say, you know what? I'm gonna go. Okay, in honor of the NFL season starting starting today, September 12th. I'm gonna go with the Packers. The Packers Seahawks game from 2015. Packers were up 17-0. I think 17-0. I think it was 17-0 going midway through the third. I think they might have been up by more than that. They might have been up by more than that. And I remember being like, okay, this is the NFC Championship game, so the winner of this goes to the Super Bowl.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, okay, am I going to fly? Like I was like already contemplating, like mentally, I was already contemplating like how much would it cost to drive to whatever city the Super Bowl's in.
You're gonna go to the Super Bowl for sure.
I maybe not go to the Super Bowl itself because tickets
you were
are
thinking
hella
about
expensive.
it.
But I was thinking about like going to the city.
Yeah, at least tailgate that bitch.
Like no, like I go like find a bar in that
okay,
city
okay.
to like watch the game. So then I could be like, so then like if they win, I'm surrounded by a bunch of Packer fans and I'm chilling, right?
Yeah.
Because a number of people do that. Yeah. And then just one by one, Seattle was coming back.
Ugh.
Like, I think I knew something was up. There's a play, so there's a field goal. There's a field goal attempt. So you kick a field goal, it's 3 points. They fake the field goal. Right?
Oh shit!
They fake the field goal, and the punter throws a like beautiful pass to a wide open tight end who's not guarded at all.
Oh god!
For a touchdown, and I'm like, "Fuck, are they gonna come back?" And then just like Russell Wilson, touchdown. I'm like, "No, this is not happening." I literally, in the span of like 8 minutes, went from like the happiest guy to like
how are we gonna go? I'm gonna go to a bar,
dude. I'm gonna fly to the city where the Super Bowl's at. I'm gonna watch it at a bar with a bunch of fans, just like that follow the Packers, just like me.
So the highest of highs.
The highest of highs, and then it was like no,
damn,
no. And so then I'm like, and then like they lost. I'm just sitting there like, fuck, man.
Distraught.
I was distraught. But it's like, but even that doesn't compare to like your story about Pacquiao, because I don't have like this like super like connection to him like you do. Like like my story like pales in comparison.
But it's your saddest sports moment as a fan that sticks with you. Because like you still painted the picture, and I feel your sadness.
Yeah, I mean
the fact that you were thinking of getting flights, you're like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit.
Dude, I thought about it. I genuinely thought about it, and like they weren't like cheap, but you can fly to like a neighboring city and like rent a car for like cheaper than the flight itself.
Did Seattle win the Super Bowl that year? Or did they lose to the Patriots that year?
I think
that's the year they lost to the Patriots?
That's the year they should have handed the ball off to Marshawn.
Oh, yeah. Fuck,
and they threw the interception instead.
I wasn't a Seattle fan, but
dude, I felt bad.
They should have... Everyone knew that they should have gave fucking... Everyone was thinking that fucking Lynch was going to get the ball. I guess, like, if it... You know what? Like, hindsight, because, like, if the trick play worked, where, like... You know that they passed it because everyone knew.
Well, no, you know
what I'm saying?
But you can run the ball again and then still get another play off.
Oh no shit! Huh?
Like there was enough time on the clock to do that.
It wasn't like last play. Like
it wasn't like last. It was like that point in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't like last play. Like they still like the Patriots ran off like 30-40 seconds of clock.
Damn, that was crazy.
Yeah, but it's like it's not that. It's not. I don't feel. Honestly, I will tell you, Seattle fans have some of the worst luck, man. So I literally was at a bar today, and they were talking about how the start of the NFL season was going to start and everything, and I was like, and then like someone's like, hey, you know, if we make the Super Bowl, you just got to run it on. If you got to run it with like 2 yards left, you know, Chris Carson's good, and then literally someone looked over and was like, wait. Why would you bring up Marshawn Lynch's us not hitting the ball after Marshawn Lynch right now? Like it's still fresh. It's still fresh.
That's their Pacquiao getting knocked out.
And that's their Pacquiao. They still talk about the Sonics here.
That's so cool. That's so cool that they talk about the Sonics there.
Dude, you can get Sonics gear here. Like nothing.
Bro, when I go, I'm gonna I need a Gary Payton jersey or a Sean Kemp jersey.
Those might be a little difficult to find. But you could definitely you could definitely find a Sonics t-shirt or a Sonics hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna cop some, or like a Sonics hoodie. Is that easy?
That's even easier than a jersey.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get a Sonics hoodie.
But you might be able to find a jersey. You might. But you'd have to do a little bit of sleuthing for it. But yeah, no, dude, they still hate the Thunder here. They still hate the Thunder.
I would too if I lived in Seattle.
Yeah, they talk about that. They like if you go to a Mariners game and you talk to a Mariners fan, they'll still talk about the 2001 Mariners who had the best regular season record of all time. And
what was the Japanese player's name?
Ichiro.
Homeboy? Yeah, Ichiro was cool. I went on like a YouTube binge of that guy at one point.
They'll talk about how they had the best team, the regular season team in like MLB history. They had Randy, like I think it was like 2000 because they had Randy Johnson. Alex Rodriguez was still on the team. Ken Griffey
Alex
Jr.
Rodriguez was a Mariner?
Yeah.
Before he was
a Ranger.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't Alex Rodriguez a fucking Yankee?
Yeah.
We're talking about A-Rod.
Yeah, we're talking about A-Rod.
I thought he was a Yankee his whole life.
No. So he actually was drafted and went up through the Mariners farm system.
Fuck out of
and
here.
Played his,
I don't know shit about
and played like his first
baseball.
He played his like first 4 or 5 years as a Mariner.
Did he play with Ichiro?
He did play with Ichiro.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Why didn't they win anything?
Because you don't win. It's not like basketball where like you throw LeBron James on a team and they make the finals.
I clearly don't know shit about baseball.
There's 9 other guys on the field at all. There's 9 other guys that play. 10 if you're in the American League and have a DH.
There's no big 3 in baseball.
No, there isn't. There's no big 3. Like there really isn't. Like there are teams that have like 3 like stars that people know the names of, but there's so many other guys that like contribute so much. And it's like they're. I'm trying to think. So the Dodgers won it last year, right?
Who do you think's gonna win it this year? Because we're coming into like playoff season.
Oh,
right?
dude, playoffs are just around the corner. I don't even know who's gonna make the playoffs.
Damn.
I mean,
Are your Dodgers gonna go?
my answer's the Dodgers. Like, no doubt. The answer's the Dodgers. My answer's the Dodgers. But there's so many other things that are like that we don't know what's gonna happen. Because technically the Giants have like the best record in baseball. So like the San Francisco Giants could win it. Like
Giants are good this year.
Yeah,
again?
Giants are good this year.
Mm. That's an indicator that the Warriors are going to be good this year.
That's not an indicator.
Yeah,
that's not an indicator. No. I mean, to be fair, that when the Warriors won their titles, the Giants are actually playoff caliber. Were a playoff caliber team.
That's what I'm saying. When the Giants are good, the Warriors they get the energy from them.
But like the American League like wild card is like separated by like a game or two, and it's between like 5 teams. So it's like
sounds like a close race this year.
So it's like there's so many like spots for the postseason still up. Like no one's clinched a spot in the playoffs as of September 12th at 6 p.m. No one's clinched a spot in the playoffs, and that just like goes to like how good the talent is in baseball this year.
Man, that's cool.
Like there's a lot of parity in baseball right now. Like I know you're not a fan of baseball, and I'm not like forcing you to be a fan. But if you wanted to start watching, this is like the perfect time to watch.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it. I enjoy just watching fierce competition.
Yeah,
and the fact that it sounds like it's hella close.
Yeah,
like, makes it fun to watch. Dude,
the standings right now are like super close.
Nice.
So but yeah,
it makes me want to watch it now. The fact that it's hella close.
Yeah,
and like it's all the emotion. It's like who's gonna win?
Exactly. All this to say though, the Mariners are like 2 games back, and if they don't make the playoffs, they'll talk about it for a couple years here. Like it'll be a talking point.
Okay,
but I will say that there's so many games left to be played, and I do not have a sad sports story nearly as sad as Pacquiao getting knocked out.
As my me yours. Being hella sad.
Yeah.
Yours is good. Yours. I still felt your sorrow. Bro.
Thank you. I
felt your sorrow.
I appreciate that. Speaking of sports, I think we have a game set up for today. I think you were telling me that you have a game ready for me, man.
Yeah, man.
You were telling me about this, and I'm like, honestly, like, I'm not prepared for this at all.
It's gonna be fun.
I don't even know what the game is.
Yeah.
Like, you've literally told me nothing. Like, at least before, like, you had some idea. Like, I have no clue, like, what's gonna happen this episode. So when we get back, Lee's gonna tell us all about this wonderful game that he's got concocted, and you're gonna see me lose. So stay tuned.
I think John's gonna win.
No, that's not happening. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the We Would Have Talked About It Anyway podcast. Coming back from this break, Lee, you have a game for me today, and I am not excited for this at all. Why don't you tell the viewers and me what game this is?
I love how we always surprise each other with games, and we never ever prepared for what these games are. It's always just, this is the game this week. So this week's game is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That was Bad Regis. But yeah, so it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. For those who are not aware of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I don't have $1 million to give John, unfortunately, but he's going to have to answer 15 questions in a row in order to just win the whole thing. It's gonna be like $100, then he's gonna go up to like $200, and if he answers every question correctly in a row at the end, he's a millionaire, hypothetically. But let's just see how much he could get. Next week we'll see how far I could get, and then that's what the game's gonna be like, just as far as the competition wise.
All right.
So another twist to how you want to be a millionaire, though, is so he's going to have to answer these questions, all 15 questions in a row, but he has some help. things called lifelines. So 50-50, where if he doesn't know a question, I'll give him 50-50 of what the answers could be. Or he could call a friend. I'll let you text a friend too. Actually, no, fuck that, because maybe someone might not. You could FaceTime a friend. Someone needs to answer like right away. We're not here to wait the whole day. You could ask.
Can I call my friend Lee?
Nah, man, because it doesn't work like that.
Damn. Wait, what happens if they don't answer? What happens if they don't answer?
Oh, okay. If they don't answer, I'm gonna give you 5 people you could call.
Fuck, dude.
Just anyone. Just call your mom, bro.
I'll call my mom. Be like, hey, can you Google this?
Earlier.
Hey, Google this for me real quick.
Yeah. Damn, when they had this show in fucking the 2000s, people would have hella won.
Dude,
like, hey,
right?
Google this for me.
Hey, we got. Was it 60 seconds?
Yeah, no one knew shit. Oh yeah, because that shit's. Oh yeah. It's time. You know what? See, good thing you know rules, dog. Fuck. I would have gave you hella time. So if you call a friend, your ass got fucking 2 minutes. Damn. So no, you can't call 5 people. You got 1 person, and you got 2 minutes.
But if they don't answer, I'm fucked.
Then you're fucked. And then the last lifeline, you could ask Siri, because in the actual Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's ask the audience, then they like click in what they think is. But we ain't got no audience. But you do have Siri and or Alexa, any whatever AI that you could talk to and ask. You can't Google. You gotta ask somebody.
I'll use my phone. I have Siri.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you get to ask Siri. But all right, John.
So what you're telling? How are you
feeling?
What you're telling me? Not very good. I'm not going to be able to. I don't know who's going to answer their phone at the time that we're recording this podcast.
But maybe you won't need the lifeline, dog. I feel
Dude,
like
I will need all 3 of them. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll hit you with the
I'll
first
be as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. So welcome to who we would have talked about it anyway. Who wants to be a millionaire?
Okay.
Minus the money.
So
okay,
sad.
John.
Okay.
Your first question. What is the name of the album Kanye West released on August 29, 2021?
Okay.
Is it A, Graduation, B, Late Registration, C, Donda, D, Jesus is King?
Okay, before I answer, is this one of those things where I have to do I still have to say like final answer at the end?
Hell yeah. See, I love how you know the rules. I forgot that was the thing.
Okay,
but,
so I mean obviously it's D, Jesus is King.
No, it's not. Good thing you have to say final answer. I get it.
That's why I asked.
I was like, John, you lost already.
No,
is that your final answer, John?
No, it's not. That was a direct response to the game last week, where every time we had a Donda song come up, you legit answered with the album being Jesus is King.
I just thought it was Jesus is King.
I mean,
Donda over CLB though.
Dude, Donda over CLB.
Yep.
And I don't necessarily think it's close. Although I had someone at the bar tell me that CLB is one of Drake's top 3 albums.
I mean, if that's how you feel.
And that's what I said. To each their own. But the answer is C, Donda. Final answer.
You are correct, John.
Yes.
$100.
All right, I'll take my cash.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
You're out for the day.
I'm out. Yeah. I'll take it. No, but let's keep going.
Okay, let's see how far you could get, John.
Well, let's see what's question 2.
For $200, John. What was Kid Cudi's debut single?
Oh fuck.
A, Pursuit of Happiness. B, Day and Night. C, Man on the Moon. D, Soundtrack to My Life.
So, interestingly enough, if you're talking to a Cuddy fan, they'll tell you the prayer. They'll tell you the prayer. But
that's a deep cut.
But if we're talking like radio wise, like when the record company was like, this is Kid Cudi, it's gonna be B, Day and Night.
Is that your final answer?
B, Day and Night. Final answer.
You are correct, John. $200. No.
Dude,
Nice.
although I will say I've been listening to Man on the Moon a lot lately. I just
Ooh,
copped
look at that. Look at
I
that.
just copped the
Look at that
vinyl.
behind there.
I just copped the
Boom.
vinyl. Bam. Bam. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see I've got the vinyl. And I got Man on the Moon 1 and 2. I copped them both at the same time. And I got them right next to each other.
For all our listeners, John's the biggest Kid Cudi fan you'll ever meet.
That's not true. That's not true. You will meet there are bigger Cuddy fans out there. But I fuck with Cuddy until he does something super bad that goes against like everything that he is.
Which I don't think will ever happen. So question 3, John, for $300. What was the Notorious B.I.G.'s first album? Is it A, Life After Death, B, God's Son, C, Ready to Die, D, My Ghetto Report Card?
Oh, fuck. Dude, I'm not up on my East Coast rap. And it's way too early to use a lifeline. Oh my god, dude. Oh fuck. Oh man. I don't know, dude. I can't go out on the $300. I can't go out on the $300 question. I mean, so Biggie's first album, that would be 94, 95, around there.
I want to say so.
You know, I think Life After Death came out late. So I don't think it's A. I don't think it's I'm gonna go C, Ready to Die, final answer. It's the only one that it's between that and My Ghetto Report Card. I think those are the two that came out, like, I think those are his first two, if I'm remembering off the top of my head. Life After Death is too late, and God's Son doesn't feel right. Because I think that was like one of Biggie's like bigger albums. So I'm gonna go C, Ready to Die, final answer.
You are correct, John. No. Fuck. Good job.
Thank you.
And so Life After Death is Biggie's second album.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so that's his second album. Then R.I.P. So it was only Ready to Die and Life After Death. God's Son is Nas, and My Ghetto Report Card is E40.
Oh, fuck! Shout out to E40. Shout out to E40.
But you got it right.
Shout out to E40.
You got it right.
Yeah, God's Son did not feel like a Biggie album. But,
yeah, no, that was Nas.
But, dude, shout out to E40, man.
Shouts out E40.
Someone I should be listening to more.
The ambassador of the Yay. He's a great guy overall. He's a great businessman. E40 is a legend.
Dude.
Underrated, in my opinion.
Super underrated.
Only Bay people, or like, I think West Coast people appreciate it. I don't know. I feel maybe more of the world's appreciating him. Anyway,
yeah.
For $500, John.
Okay.
We can go to the $500 question now. Who did the artwork for the album Kids See Ghosts? Is it A, Nigo, B, Yuri Nagashima, C, Tatsu Takanami, D, Takashi Murakami?
So,
I
okay.
apologize for all of my horrible mispronunciations.
So I know this. I actually know this because I'm actually really big into the super flat movement, and which is a movement that came out of Japan that specializes in the combination of traditional Japanese art styles and combining them with a more contemporary medium. And the pioneer of that style is Takashi Murakami, someone who has worked with Kanye in the past. If I remember correctly, he did the artwork for Graduation, and you know, has made like stuff for Kanye, has made stuff for Cuddy. Cuddy has the flower that Murakami's like super known for, has a chain of that.
That's cool.
And there's a lot of other rappers that have worked with Takashi Murakami. His style has really transcended, you know, just the traditional Japanese market, and has really become something super mainstream. So if anyone's looking to get into art, you know, that is looking for something a little more modern, but still has influence in like an older art form, Takashi Murakami is a fantastic person to start off with. But my answer is D, Takashi Murakami. Final answer.
You are correct, John.
Bam. Let's
Show
get
the
it.
people. Show the people Kitsy Ghost so they could see it in the back there.
Bro.
Boom.
Bam.
So Takashi Murakami did that.
Dude, Takashi Murakami did that.
Yeah, great artist. Great artist. Okay,
Shout out to Takashi Murakami.
you're at $500.
I would love to go to. Side note, before we transition to the $1,000. Before we transition
$1,000 question.
The $1,000
You would
question,
love to.
I would love
to Japan?
I would love to go to Japan and go to the.
Yeah, does he have like an exhibit?
Yeah, he's a part of a collective, and it's like he's got a collective that he's like assembled, and like every like month or so they have like an exhibit that's like super dope, and I would love to just be able to go and like experience that firsthand.
That sounds hella tight. You should go.
Yeah.
Well, how are you feeling, John? You got $500. You thought you were gonna do horrible,
Dude.
but you're already 5 questions in, bro. It's not bad. So
Dude,
now
I don't know if I'm going to get this next one.
So for the $1,000 question, John, finish this sentence. Wu-Tang Clan ain't A, for the faint of heart. B, no joke. C, nothing to fuck with. D, never gave a fuck about a bitch.
I feel like all of those can apply. Let's be real. I feel like all of those can apply. I feel like all of those can apply. Like, I'm not super surprised if any of those are the correct answer. Like, come on. I mean, although to be fair, I don't think it's A. I don't think it's A. Because I mean, Wu-Tang's for everyone. Wu-Tang forever.
Need to keep it straight.
But they ain't no joke. They ain't never give a fuck about a bitch. That's for sure. But I think I'm gonna go with C. C just feels right. So I'm gonna go with C. Nothing to fuck with.
You are correct,
Oh,
John.
yes.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yes. Okay. So I will tell you on the radio. I was like,
You heard this on the radio?
I heard this on the radio at like
What?
Okay. So I was like 10 or 11. And
You're
like,
in LA, so you got the cooler radio stations. I didn't get
that's true. We had hip hop stations in LA.
Yeah.
But like,
So what was this like on the radio?
I mean, from what you can play.
It
was ain't
how'd that shit sound?
Well, I mean, it was ain't nothing to mess with.
Oh.
Like the clean
Okay,
version,
okay.
but like a bunch of it was like bleeped out.
Mm.
But it was like at like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning when like hardly anyone's listening to the radio. So
Yeah,
and, like,
that's definitely
and like back
where you would play it.
and like back in the day, like you can get away with some of the words because no one's listening
Mm-hmm.
to it. Like the restrictions aren't as tough as they are now.
True.
So I mean, and for me, I'm a huge instrumental person. So like, if a song is a really good instrumental, like I'll listen to it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's got a really good that's got a really good instrumental.
Yeah. Shouts out to RZA.
Shout out to RZA, man.
All right, you got $1,000, John. Good job.
I'm like a third of the way through without using
You're in-
any of my
you're-
lifelines.
You're in here, man. All right, for $2,000. After Dr. Dre left Death Row, what rap label did he start?
Oh fuck, dude.
A, Ruthless Records. B, Aftermath. C, Lynch Mob Records. D, Rap-A-Lot.
I feel like this is this a trick question? Is this a trick question? I mean, okay, so Lynch Mob Records, isn't that like a rap group? Lynch Mob? Am I imagining that?
I'm just the host, John.
I know. And I'm sure you'll tell me after. I'm gonna go B, Aftermath. Final answer.
You are correct, John. I think Lynch Mob was Ice Cube shit after he left
Yeah.
NWA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wikipedia said it was a fucking record label, so I went with Wikipedia. But it does make sense that it was just like a group. But you're right. So good job, John. You thought you were gonna do shitty, but you're doing a great job.
Dude, you have way more confidence in me than more confidence than I do.
Okay. For the $4,000 question.
Oh, whoa. We went from 1,000. We went from 2,000. Oh, because we're doubling.
2,000 to 4,000.
doubling.
2,000 to 4,000. What group was Lil Wayne a part of? A, Goody Mob. B, Ghetto Boys. C, Hot Boys. D. Play a circle.
Oh my god. I mean, bling bling, right?
Every time I come around,
Bling
bling
bling.
bling.
It's not Goody Mob. I know it's not Goody Mob. I'm a huge CeeLo Green fan. Shout out to CeeLo Green. But CeeLo Green is Goody Mob. And that's Atlanta. Oh god. Okay, so can you repeat B? Because A was Goody Mob. That's the one I heard. Is it possible to repeat the other three entries?
So, what group was Lil Wayne a part of? B or A, Goody Mob. B, Ghetto Boys. C, Hot Boys. D, Play a Circle.
Fuck. Are you sure that I can't call you as a friend?
I'm just a host, John.
Okay. No, it's too early. It's too early. It's too early to use a lifeline. It's too early to use a lifeline.
You still have all of your lifelines.
It's too early. It's way too early to use a lifeline. I need to get
I like your strategy.
I need to get through 10 before lifelines start making sense. I remember as a kid watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I watched one guy hit the million. Used 2 lifelines after 10. I think it was for 125 and 250,000. And then saved the call a friend to call his dad and was like, "Hey, just want to let you know I won $1 million." Because he knew the question.
What a fucking badass.
Dude, talk about one of the baddest moments in
He's like,
TV.
"Yo, let me call." He's like, "I'm about to fucking win $1 million. I'm
gonna call my dad.
Have to tell me the answer.
I'm
just here to fucking flex on you.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna get $1 million.
Yeah.
What a badass.
Dude, right? Okay, I'm gonna go Hot Boys. That just sounds right. Final answer. Hot Boys. Final answer.
You are correct, John.
Bling bling.
No.
Was it? Who else was?
So Ghetto Boy, or who else was in Hot Boys? I forgot.
No.
I think Juvenile was in Hot Boys.
Was it Juvenile? Dude, okay.
We could be wrong.
No, it is Juvenile because I wanted to say Genuine, and I always get Genuine and Juvenile.
Genuine's not in.
No. I get their names mixed up because they sound so similar. But it was Juvenile because it's New Orleans.
Yep.
Was Mystical in that group? No,
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. No. But I think Mystical was from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, John. How you feeling?
Okay. I feel surprisingly good. But Play a Circle is
that was 2 Chainz.
That's
2
2
Chainz, and I forgot Homeboy's name.
Yeah, but he wasn't 2 Chainz in Play a Circle, was he?
He was Titty Boy.
Yeah, he was Titty Boy. And then Ghetto Boys.
That's Scarface.
Dope.
Yeah, Mind's Playing Tricks on Me.
Mm-hmm. Such a good song.
Shook the Bill. Yep. Okay. For $8,000, John. Where is NWA coming straight out of?
Oh, come on. This should have been an easy before question.
A. San Pedro.
Oh, shit.
B. Brooklyn.
Oh.
C. Watts. D. Compton.
Wow. So if they came out of San Pedro, I would tell everyone that, hey, NWA started in San Pedro, so it's not San Pedro. They're a West Coast group, so it's not Brooklyn. And the song is straight out of Compton, so I'm gonna go D. Compton.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You are correct, John.
Yes.
Good job.
I felt like that should have been up more, man.
Probably. I was just putting questions in this bitch. $16,000, John. What is Too Short's favorite word? Trick. A. Trick. B. Hoe. C. Pussy. D. Bitch.
So fun fact. This was one of my sister's favorite songs when she was in high school. She will not admit it to this day, but I can't tell you how many times I'd come home and I'd hear Two Chainz, Too Short being, "What's my favorite word?" and then just then her and her friends being like, "Bitch," like in the room, and I'm like 10. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like what the. I was still a little too innocent at the time, so I total mind fuck. But I was like, why are they saying bitch?
I like how this sister influenced all of your music taste.
Oh, it's
at least your hip hop taste.
Different sister.
Oh, it's a different sister.
Different sister.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's D, bitch. Final answer.
You are correct, John. Good job.
Shout out to Too Short. Hella underrated.
Shouts out Too Short. He is under him and E40 are Bay Area legends and just rap legends in general.
Bay Area, just in general, always slept on.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Well, good job, John.
Thank you.
You've made it up to the 10th question.
I'm surprised.
$32,000.
I'm surprised. Genuinely, I'm surprised.
So for $32,000, John, what group was Tupac a part of before he signed to Death Row? Is it A, Souls of Mischief, B, The Firm, C, Digital Underground, D, The Dove Shack?
The Dove Shack? What? What is... Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh my god. Oh, excuse my language. Oh man. What are the answers again?
So, what group was Tupac a part of before he signed to Death Row? A, Souls of Mischief, B, The Firm, C, Digital Underground, D, The Dove Shack.
Fuck. I'm torn. It's not. I don't think it's the Dove Shack. Like that just sounds like you. That sounds made up. Like that sounds like something I would have heard in a CB4. For those of you who don't know what CB4 is, it's a spoof movie starring Chris Rock. That spoofs.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. You should definitely watch it. But it spoofs the rise and fall of NWA before Straight Outta Compton came out. This was like early '90s. But CB4, hella good movie. Highly recommend it. Chris Rock is hysterical in this, man. Straight out of Low Cast with a brother named Gusto.
Yeah, that's true. That's fun. I want to watch that now. Straight out of Low Cash. That shit's hella funny.
I'm gonna go see Digital Underground. Final answer.
You were correct, John.
Oh, thank God.
The Dove Shack, by the way, is a real group, and I think they're out of Long Beach, and they're hella good. I'm gonna send you a song, and you're gonna like it. They're hella good.
Okay. Are they a newer group or are they older?
No, bro, they're like it's around like that time, like the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say Warren G's in it. I don't, but I don't think so. But they're hella good. You should listen to them.
Okay. Souls of Mischief.
That's you know 93 Till Infinity? Souls of Mischief?
No, I don't.
Oh, bro, dude. All right, I need to show you fucking Souls of Mischief and the Dove Shack, bro. They're good.
Dude, and The Firm. Whoever The Firm is, I have no idea who they are.
That's Nas's group.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like Foxy Brown and shit.
Oh,
right,
Foxy Brown.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you the Dove Shack after this. All right.
Show me all three of them.
64,000.
Offline.
Yes. I'm gonna send you some songs. Okay, so for $64,000, John, what does ASAP stand for from the musical collective ASAP Mob?
Shout out to the ASAP Mob.
Is it A, always survive and pray, B, always sustain and perfect, C, always strive and prosper, D, always strong and polished?
Fuck. I am going to use a lifeline. I feel like it's always strive and prosper. Like I feel like that's the answer, but I'm not 100%. So I'm gonna ask Siri.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You lost that lifeline now.
I did. What is... Oh, hold on. What does ASAP stand for the ASAP Mob? Oh, it's not even listening. What does ASAP...
You have to say, hey, Siri.
No, Shh. Sorry. You're the host. I apologize for that. Hey, Siri.
It's okay.
What does ASAP stand for? The ASAP Mob. Oh. No. What does ASAP stand for? The ASAP Mob. Okay. So I have to ask you. Siri is giving me a website to click on.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I knew it. Okay, so let's see if it focuses in. Okay, so
Oh, okay. I see it.
always strive and prosper. That's C. Final answer.
You are correct, John.
Damn. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the yams.
Rest in peace, the Yams.
Rest in peace to the yams. Always go in the Lamborghini high.
Good job, John.
I still listen to that song, by the way.
That is a good song.
It is a good
You're
song.
at $125. If you had actually $125,000, would you keep going or would you stop? In real life, if the shit was real.
If I with the two that I still have, I would keep going.
Yeah, I would too.
If I had one lifeline and it was like, ask a friend, I would not. I'd stop.
Well, John, you're at 13, question 13 for $250K. You're doing a great job. You still have 2 lifelines left. For this question, who was the only feature on Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die? Is it A, Method Man, B, Nas, C, Lil' Kim, D, Puff Daddy?
Oh, man. Oh, no. Don't do this to me. Oh, man. Okay, so the only song... Oh, no. The only 2 songs I could think of the top of my head. Because Ready to Die had Juicy and Big Papa. And the only person I can think of that was on any of those was Diddy. But was he a feature on... Was he a feature on the album? Because, like... randomly, are we going to talk about, like, his, like, one line in Big Papa, or... Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Okay, so give me... Can I get the names one more time?
A, Method Man, B, Nas, C, Lil' Kim, D, Puff Daddy.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to use the process of elimination here, because I feel like I'm overthinking it. So I'm gonna overthink it in a different way. I don't think he had linked up with Lil' Kim yet, so I'm gonna eliminate Lil' Kim. Nas doesn't seem like the type of guy that would have been on a Biggie feature at that point. I think what Illmatic was 95, right?
I'm just the host, John.
That's just...
But yeah, it's around there.
Okay, yeah. So, okay. But, like, I don't know if, like... I don't even know if they're... I don't think they were from the same neighborhood, so I don't think they would have put one another on. I don't think Biggie's gonna give Diddy the feature credit for saying, like, one line in a song. I'm gonna go A, Method Man. I'm not happy about this decision. But I don't want to do a 50-50 because knowing you'll eliminate Nas and Lil' Kim and you'll leave me with Method Man and Diddy. Because that's what the show would do. The show would be like, would like hear the person being like, oh, I'm torn between these 2 answers, but it could possibly be the other 2. So I'm going to go for the 50-50, and then the 50-50 would eliminate, like, the 2 answers he wasn't really considering. And I'm like, and you're like, bro, you should have just picked an answer, because now you lost a lifeline. I'm going to go A, Method Man, final answer.
You are correct, John!
Fuck! Oh my god.
Your how to be a millionaire strategy is impeccable.
Thank you.
I like how you thought through that. That was good. But yeah, it's the song is called The What, and that's one of my favorite rap songs ever.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that song.
You should. I'm gonna send you that song after this shit too. That's a really good ass song.
Make me a playlist of songs I like artists or songs that I haven't heard. So it's like The Firm, Dove Shack.
You need to listen to at least 93 to Infinity and The What.
Okay.
And I know you need to, from all the West Coast shit that you know, you need to, I'll send it to you. You need to know the Dove Shack. That shit's hella good.
Okay.
Okay, John. for $500,000. 14th question. You've answered 14 questions in a row, John. How do you feel?
I'm hella surprised.
I feel like I should have made the questions harder.
No, dude, some of these questions have been hella hard. I think if you were to like change up the location of them, it would have been harder.
Oh, okay. Anywho, for the $500,000 question.
Okay.
What NBA player did J. Cole sample in his song "Punch in the Clock"?
Fuck. Oh, what do I get 4 options, or am I just like supposed to guess?
Oh, my bad. A. Michael Jordan. B. Damian Lillard. C. James Harden. D. Kobe Bryant.
Fuck. Okay. I'm going to use my phone a friend or call a friend or whatever we're calling it in this game. I'm gonna try to call. Fuck, I don't think he'd answer. I was gonna call my buddy Austin, because I think he would know. But at the same time, I think his parents are in town, so like, I don't think he'd answer me anyways.
And once you call, I'm giving you
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay.
Wait. Is it 60 seconds?
It's normally. It's normally
okay. See, you know the rules, so you fucked up. It's 60 seconds now. You should have never told me the rules. I would have given you 2 minutes. Fuck. Too late.
Dude, you would have given me all the time in the world, and then you cut it down to 2 minutes.
I went from you can call 5 people, and then we'll just go from there to you have 1 call in 60 seconds.
Fuck.
Shouts out to you for knowing the rules, John. I don't know.
Dude, talk about stabbing myself in the foot, man.
When we did Jeopardy, you understood what double Jeopardy meant and shit. So, yeah. All right.
Fuck. Fuck. Who am I gonna call? Is it Dame? That's not my final answer. I'm just thinking out loud. Is it Dame? No, I feel like that'd be a Kobe thing, because Kobe never slept. Kobe was always in the gym. Rest in peace, rest in power, Kobe. Rest in power, man. All right, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna try to call. No, it's 60 seconds from the point I actually get a hold of someone. That's how the rule. So on the TV show, they would call. Person would answer,
and once you actually get a hold of them, that's when
once the question was asked, like they gave him the host Regis would be like, oh yeah, we've got Michael in the chair here, he's going for $100,000, but in order to get that $100,000, he needs to answer this question. He needs your help. Are you ready to help him? And they'd be like, sure. And like, you got 60 seconds from the moment you start asking this question.
Call whoever, you ask them the question, and then after that, once I hear that you ask them the question, I'll put the timer.
Who could I call that would be able to help me? Fuck. Calling my sister.
Oh, nice. This is the one that gave you the burden CD?
Yeah, this is the one that gave me the CD.
Oh.
Hey, how are you doing? The timer hasn't started yet, has it?
No, once you ask the question, that's when I'll do it.
Hey, Sarah. Real quick, I'll call you back after. But I have a question I need to ask you. I need you to Google something for me. Okay, I need you to Google. It's a song called "Punching the Clock" by J. Cole, and I need to know what basketball player he samples.
I started the clock, John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to know what basketball player J. Cole samples. Like Wikipedia should tell you. Okay. No, I'm in like a game, and I'm playing like Who Wants to Be I'm playing like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire kind of thing, and I have like
You're the lifeline.
I like you're the one person I called because like
20 seconds.
Yeah.
$15 seconds.
Yeah.
She got
You got 10 seconds.
She got 5 seconds. Oh, John, you gotta hang up.
Okay. That's perfect. Yeah. Let me call you back in like 15. Thank you so much for that. Let me call you back in 15 minutes. All right. Bye.
You shot clocked that shit.
She gave it to me and I was trying to get off the phone.
Oh.
And I was right. I was fucking right. My first gut. Damian Lillard. B. Final answer.
You are correct, John. No. Good job. And so good job.
Mm-hmm.
I messed up a little. I skipped a question, so that was actually 13. This is gonna be your 14th question.
Wait. Oh,
yeah, no,
because
so
you skipped 125K. It goes to 62 to 125, 125.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to like 700,000. So 14th question, 700,000. So the actual 14th question.
Oh.
What rapper did Jay-Z sample in his song Dead Presidents 2?
Oh, Dead Presidents 2? Can you... Okay. So...
Oh, who is? My bad.
Yeah,
I know. I just like, I'm just telling you the question. A, Notorious B.I.G. B, Raekwon. C, Nas. D, Master Ace.
Dude, those are shouts, man. Those are shouts, man. I don't know, dude. Fuck. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Okay. I am going to use Is it Nas? Is it sampled to like kind of like build off the beef that they had? I don't think you would do Biggie. I don't think you do Master Ace. Was it Raekwon? I'm gonna use my 50-50. Okay, so what are my two options left? Okay,
So you have Raekwon and Nas.
A fucking course. You did. The two that I was like juggling in between, you left as because one of them's the answer, but one of them's not the answer. Oh my god. You know what? I can't. Oh man.
You're out of lifelines.
I'm out of lifelines. I know that 50-50 really screwed me up, man. I'm gonna go Nas. C Nas. Final answer.
You are correct, John.
Dude, this is so stressful. I was not. When you said
you didn't need this in your life, is this opposite of fishing?
Dude, this is the opposite of fishing. I was super calm and tranquil after fishing, and then now I'm like the stress is.
What rapper did Jay-Z sample?
And Dead Presidents 2. Which, I mean, Dead Presidents 1 is basically, that's a very similar song.
It's all practically the same song. He's just switching up his verses. But yeah, it's Nas. I got Dead Presidents to represent me. Yeah. Good job, John. You're on the 15th question, man. You answered all this shit 15 in a row. This is the last one for real. For the $1 million question, John. What wrestler does Nas make a reference to in his song Ain't Hard to Tell? A, the Iron Sheik. B, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. C, Shawn Michaels. D, Ric Flair.
Can you repeat that for me?
Yes. What wrestler does Nas make a reference to in his song Ain't Hard to Tell? Is it A, the Iron Sheik, B. Superfly Jimmy Snuka. C. Shawn Michaels. D. Ric Flair.
Why you gotta do this to me, man?
It's $1 million question.
I was so set on being like I was chilling, and then you gotta do this to me. You gotta do this to me, man. So this is where I would tap out here. I would take my 500K because I have no lifelines, and I'd be set.
Yeah, if this was for real, if you had money, you played it like a pro, bro.
But I don't think I'm gonna get this one. I can't eliminate two. My gut's telling me to go with Ric Flair because rappers nowadays like I mean we had the Ric Flair drip.
Yeah.
Shout out to Offset and Metro Boomin,
Yes.
But I mean, I could be the Iron Sheik. It could be Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I mean, it could be Shawn Michaels because like Shawn Michaels was a hella popular wrestler at that time. Like, it could be any of those people, dude. I don't know. Okay, so the question was like, what wrestler does he make a reference to? It's not like a sample.
Yes.
It's not a sample or anything. It's like what he makes a reference to.
Yes.
Bro, I'm gonna go.
$1 million question.
The $1 million question. I would be walking out with 500 grand. I want my money, man. I want my money.
Actually 700 because like I messed up on the questions a little bit.
Technically
But
750.
yeah.
But like if you're playing off of like the actual.
Yeah, the actual shit. Yeah,
actual
you'd have
shit,
500.
I would be at 500K. Fuck, dude. I am going to. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm sorry I caused you so much stress today.
Bro. It's alright. It's alright, man. It's alright, man. Okay. So, I am going to go out on a limb. I don't feel like if I'm really thinking about it, Ric Flair was like super popular at that point, but I don't think he has as much. I don't think it was at the point where he'd be referenced in a song. Actually, that's not true. He could. Shawn Michaels doesn't seem like someone that would. I mean, that's not true. I'm not even gonna finish that statement. All four of these. Jimmy Snuka is probably the least popular, like least known out of the four. So I'm gonna eliminate Jimmy Snuka. I don't think. I'm trying to remember the song because it's a pretty good song. Like this song gets sampled by so many people.
Yeah, it's such a fucking great.
Such a great song.
Such a great.
Off of one of the greatest albums of all time.
I think.
I mean.
I think it's probably the greatest hip hop album ever.
I mean that not too far off, but that is a take for sure, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not as big of a take as someone trying to tell me CLB is the third best Drake album he's ever released.
That's rough.
That's rough.
To each his own.
But to each their own. Teach them. I'm gonna go A. No, I'm not gonna go A. Lee, why you gotta do this to me?
I'm just the host, John.
Be prepared.
Oh, I'm excited next week. I like it when I hit you with the game and you're like, "What the fuck, bro?" And
Dude.
then after that, next week you hit me. Your questions are fucking hard, dude.
Dude, because like when I'm coming up with the questions, I keep thinking back to playing the
like
game.
the fucked up questions.
Yeah.
So you do it out of rage to just get back at me.
Dude, exactly, man. I'm like, okay, he got me with this question. I have to come up with something of equal power. Like I have to.
Yeah, your questions are good. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Sorry, Josh.
I gotta be really cognizant of time. I'm gonna go A. Iron Sheik. Fuck, I can't say it. Okay, so I am teetering between Iron Sheik and Ric Flair. I'm really teetering between the two. I feel like Iron Sheik A, final answer.
You are correct.
Fuck!
You are a millionaire.
Woo!
Confetti.
Shout out to Ric Flair. Woo!
Good job, John. You're a millionaire,
Damn.
man. You won.
No, I'm not
You
a millionaire. I am not a
I know.
millionaire.
You're
I
a millionaire in
I
soul,
wish.
in spirit.
Dude, why you gotta do this to me, man? Why you gotta do this to me?
So, it's from A Hard Tell. It's like in his second verse. Vocabulary spills, I'm ill. Plasmatic, I freak beats. Slam it like the Iron Sheik. Slam it like Iron Sheik. Boom. You did that shit, John. Good job.
Dude, I was not confident at all. I was not confident at all.
You won the game. You won the game.
No, dude.
You won the game.
No, I don't feel. I'm not super happy about it.
Why? You won.
No,
Why are you
hold on,
sad?
Hold on.
Is it because of the stress?
It's
of
the stress.
Trying to
It's
answer
the stress
it?
of trying to answer it. What was really stressful was trying to like maintain answering the 10 questions correctly before.
Yeah.
Because like if I was gonna use
You had a good strategy. I would have used up all my shit pre.
no, because you can't. Like that's the thing. Like if you were to use that, if you were to use that before, like you're going up against super hard questions that like you'll need the lifeline for.
Yeah.
But fuck.
Good job, man. You won, dog. It was good.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Dude, this was rough, man. This was brutal. I was not prepared at all. Dude, be prepared for next week. Be prepared for next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
Dude. I'm gonna throw you.
But all right.
I'm gonna give you some really easy ones. You know, the first
my order could have been a little better.
the first 5 are gonna be like softball pitches, man. Not softball, but like like when I say softball,
Layups.
when I
Just
layups. When I say softball
Layups.
pitches, I'm thinking of like the dudes that play
Like
softball
lobs.
that lob it.
Lobs.
Yeah, I'm not talking
Just
about like
lobs.
I'm not talking about like
Yeah,
a softball
I
pitcher
feel you.
throwing like heat. Like that's not
No,
like
because they could hella throw
dude,
it.
they can hella throw it.
Yeah. But I get you.
Well,
I'm excited. I'm excited. To all the listeners, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to John stress out about fucking hip hop questions. Tune in next week for when I probably stress out about hip hop questions that this guy's gonna ask me.
Be prepared. Be prepared, man.
Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your week. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. Peace out.
Take care.